So what's up? What's going on? Hello everyone, YouTube, the world. I know it's been a while. This is the overall look of 2021, if you were wondering. While I'm in the middle of doing some other stuff, trying to make just some decent videos, something to really talk about. I wanted to talk about this. Let me show you guys the screen. So we're going to be talking about the Nvidia's HX series of graphics cards. So the first thing is what I was reading on was I believe it was the 30HX and the 40HX. It may have possibly been the 40HX and the 50HX. Because I know I was reading yesterday about specifically the 40HX and its little specs here. But I don't remember if it was the 50 or the 30 that they were also talking about. I believe it was the 50 because the 40HX was supposed to be $599 from what I remember, and then the 50HX is supposed to be $699 from what was being leaked and shown by AIBs and everything. So this whole problem stems from Nvidia, and AMD is also, I guess, responsible for their own end. But AMD isn't trying to do this bullshit here. They're not trying to sell a mining only card now after selling most of their gaming and most of their just general graphics cards to mining firms directly to that. Places getting pallets from Asus, EVGA. Like, there's no way somebody got 78 EVGA FTWs 3080s. There's just no way you got them. So they're all responsible for doing this. But when they came out with this, and this was supposed to be saving grace for them. It's supposed to be, hey gamers, we're trying to take care of you, and we want to let you know that we're trying to think of you. Now, the reason why this specifically is a problem, this bullshit, um, if I mean, Nvidia has so many ways to go about doing this. They could have people sign up through GeForce. Uh, you could have a priority list of anybody who's currently using a 10 series graphics card. Um, Gets a priority of getting another one. You do all these. I mean, Nvidia has the numbers. They have their own app. You could have some sort of raffle, sweepstakes, something through there. You have to register in order to get your card. Only one person can get one card until everybody's gotten their cards. Yada yada yada. There are constructive ways of going about it. Then there's this, and this is a problem for. I thought it was going to be a problem with the 3060. Apparently now this is going to be a problem for the entire lineup because of these two cards over here, this 90HX and the 220HX. This is supposed to be a saving grace for Nvidia, right? And instead of it being that, this is just another stop on the road of people can't get what they want because the company just won't make it because it doesn't make them money. And I get it. I get it that like cards are selling for more. I understand that. I'd have no problems if a 3070 actually went for about 700 and you can get that on Newegg. I'd have no problem for that. I have a problem when it sells for anywhere from 11 to 14, 1500 on used marketplaces and you can't get them for closer to like 8, 900. Like, that's not helpful to anybody. That's not. Then have the MSRP up there. You know, if prices are going to be raised because of AIBs want to make more money and things like that, then raise the price. Like, this is a whole, like, none of this is just everyone wants to talk about chip constraints. It has nothing to do about chip constraints because you can talk about chip constraints, and AMD has a totally different story. They have a totally different side. They just have higher priced cards, you know, and the AIBs are still doing their shit, and miners are still doing their shit. I guess I'm buying them, but not really because they're not as great for mining. They want the older gen ones. And you can say the same thing for scalpers there, but scalpers are there for everywhere. So we can have those same stories and those same talks. We gotta talk about this company specifically. They're not here for gamers, they're not here for anybody. Like, this is a fucking money making scheme. And what sucks is that people are actually eating this up. So why is this a problem? So the 40HX is supposed to be $599, $600. All right, and then I believe it was the 50HX supposed to be 700. What to do? Whatever. This 40HX, in the article that I was reading, was talking about how this card right here mines about the same as a 3060. About the same. It can get slightly higher, depending on if you got an AIB model or straight from Nvidia or things like that. Which, by the way, I don't know why are AIB models having these. Like, Nvidia should just be having this, like straight from them, nobody else. That's the only way for you to get these. So it's not like other companies are using their other research, whatever. I'm just bitching about other companies. So this 40HX is about the mines Ethereum and everything else around a 3060. Right? That's what's been explained right now. It just has less VRAM. So let me get this straight. This is where the problem comes in. This is where it's like this is just a flat. Like at what point do you just call it out for it being a lie? So the 3060 got released for an MSRP of $329, right? So for shits and giggles and for reference, I was just on here on Newegg just so you can see the price, so we can see what 3060 is really going for. The problem with the 3060, other than right here, you know, when I initially searched it, all it came up with was fucking pre-builds because that's the priority where they go. Now we're on to they're right here and bundles. They're just all out of stock. Yay. Same shit we've been used to. Now let's look at these ones. Like the average price is 500 for a card that got released at 329. 329. The average price is about 500. There's once you start going down, you start going to the 3060 Ti's. It's a $400 card. This is about a $600 card. It's about $600. That's what it sells for on Newegg. So, what does Nvidia want to charge for their HX series 40, their 40HX? That's right by a 3060. Take a guess what it is. It's the same price as on Newegg, 600. So this does nothing for graphics cards. Like in order to get one, the price for them, this does nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. What this does, this takes this specifically right here. This is the 40HX is a mining graphics card that only does mining. Doesn't have video output. You can't use it for content creation. You can't use it for gaming. You can't use it for anything. It's a cut down card that's more niche than what you could already buy. It mines around the same as a 3060, which is supposed to retail for $329, apparently by Nvidia, because that's the price they set. You know, they could set the price to just 400, and they're all selling for around between 450, 500 around ish average, and then there's some higher ones. But you can do that. They could have done. They didn't do that because it would have looked bad for them. So you have this card that's cut down. There's less VRAM, even if it could play games. It has less VRAM and is a cut down, more niche card than the 3060. It also mines Bitcoin and Ethereum and cryptocurrencies around the same of a 3060. And this is supposed to be available when the 3060 is not. And this is going to sell for $600. Then what's the point of having the exact same, a card that mines about the same, can actually play games, can actually do stuff with software, video editing, anything like that you want to do it, use it for, has more VRAM, like 50%, has about the same power consumption, and that's going to sell for 320, 330, I mean? No, what in what fucking world? No fucking world. The price now of a 3060 has then jumped up to $600. You know, the price of a 3060 was about 500. You can get one for 460, 450. You can go up to about 550, 580, get a higher tier one, 600, whatever. But it's about 500. Now the price is starting at 600. The price is probably going to be starting at 700 actually, because this can't do what another graphics card can. So what's the point of this? What's the fucking point of this if this is just going to raise the price of a graphics card that's already out of stock? If this is going to use materials that could go towards the current graphics cards, a production line that could be opened up to just make more graphics cards. No, and it has to go, like what's the fucking point of this? There really is none. I mean, other than making money, the point of making money is, it's always there. But this doesn't do anything. Like anybody who wants to say anything about these cards, they don't do a fucking thing for the graphics card situation. They make it worse. Make it a lot worse. This 50HX, was this mine around, I guess, a 3060 Ti then? This is supposed to be $700, this 50HX. A 3060 Ti is supposed to be 400. This raises the price, right? Officially. This officially raises the price. I don't get it. I've been trying to get a 6700 XT if I could, or I mean 6800 is what I wanted. After all this, I'm done with Nvidia. I'm really done. It's like Apple. It's like I don't care if they make a good product. Their company is shit. Their morals are terrible. The precedent they set in the industry is just astoundingly awful. It's like mustache twirling cartoon villain. And this is so, yeah, and I don't believe there's actually people buying into this. But then I go and I read the comment section of some of these videos, and it's just like, yeah, well, at least Nvidia is trying to do something about the mining. What the fuck are you talking about trying to do something about the mining? They're not doing anything about the mining. They are capitalizing on this shit. This does nothing. This right here, nothing. Absolutely nothing for the fact that you can't get a graphics card. This doesn't do anything for the fact that graphics card prices are inflated. This does nothing but good things for scalpers themselves, because now a scalper can actually charge $700 for a 3060 Ti. No problem. I mean, they're already going for like 1,000, 1,100, because then there's markups, and after those markups, there's more markups. And since there's no demand, you can't do anything about the markups, except not buy it, which is that means controlling an entire consumer industry. That's not going to happen. So Nvidia is just making things worse. All of these resources and everything could have just gone to making more cards. If they wanted to do things, they wouldn't have sold fucking cards to miners. And I don't want to hear from anyone. I'm going to be commenting on people's videos. I'm going to be calling out their bullshit. Like, any fucking, like, real tech YouTube channel that wants to stroke Nvidia's balls, just know they're a fucking brown noser. They're a brown noser and they're an influencer. They're not somebody that has their own opinions and thoughts. Because somebody looking at this, their own opinions and thoughts, like, how is this supposed to do less than a 3060 and sell for 600, yet a 3060 is supposed to be released and sell for 330? How? How? So I'm recording this afterwards for like the third time because my webcam's an asshole. And I realized I was just ranting and raving at the end. I didn't have any solutions. You shouldn't just not have any solutions, otherwise you're just bitching. So what could have Nvidia done? Other than not doing and pulling this bullshit, what could they have done? Could have done easily is sell these cards for less than the cards that they mine for. So for HX, 40HX mines about a 3060. Should have been less than a 3060. Has no video output, can't game, can't do anything with it except mine. If a 90HX mines near a 3070, it should be less than what a 3070's MSRP is. You know, the Apple doesn't sell an iPhone 12, sell out of them, and then sell an iPhone SE for double the price when that iPhone 12 is out of stock. They don't. It's a budget phone. As shitty as Apple is, as shitty as fucking Apple is, and they're fucking shitty, trust me. They don't sell it for more. There's a reason why OnePlus Nord is not more than OnePlus 9G, or Pixel 4a is not as much of a Pixel 5. There's a reason. It's a cut down budget version. That's not worth double the price of the not cut down version. So they could have priced these more aggressively, other than just not fucking having these, which would have been the better solution. But what do you all think? How's it going? You know, what do you think about the whole mining thing, Nvidia, whatever? Like, comment, subscribe. Who cares? Just don't buy into the bullshit. Don't be a shill to companies. They don't fucking care about you. Like, don't, just don't. Just don't. Whatever. I'm gonna be here ranting, raving more. So, have a nice day, guys, and I'll see you on my next one. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Kingdom Hearts, a little more happy video.